Hello guys, welcome to Beyond Injury Time. Game week 6 is done and man, what a week. But the main point was North London Derby. And
Oh
what a
yeah.
game it was, man. What a game it was. I'm pretty sure everybody enjoyed the game. As neutrals, obviously would enjoy the game. But we have the representation. So why look elsewhere when we have these guys to talk?
At
So
beyond injury time,
at Beyond
no
Injury
one can
Time,
give it.
exactly. That's
India's
what this
only.
is all about, man. This is like the bread and butter of our channel.
Is
So yeah.
it? Is it Jogeka?
Yeah. अपना आने दो बेटा अपना तो छोड़ हटाओ. Anyway, so yeah, fantastic game, obviously. But I would like to start with this, that I think going into the game, we knew how Tottenham was playing. So there was obviously positivity around all that. But Arsenal, being the season that they had last year and how they have started, it looked like they're going to come stronger. And I just want to ask Abhay first, and I just want to understand how did he feel that his team performed?
I think till all the games that we have played till now, this was one of our worst performance.
Okay.
One of our worst performance, right? And I know it was our home game and whatnot, but in the second half, as soon as Jorginho was on, the only thing I was thinking was, Lord, somehow let this game be a draw, or let us like just scrape through it, because the way we play, you cannot have Jorginho there because it's a one-man midfield, right? And to be fair, credit to Tottenham, they played well, and big up to Maddison and Heung-min Son. They were the best players on the pitch, easy to see. And yeah, but I mean, it was in home game, and of course, in home game against Tottenham, so you expect to win, because usually that's what happens. And right, usually
Shot
that's what
fired.
but that's what happens. When I say it, just means when it's Tottenham's home game, also there's a higher tendency of Arsenal losing, right? So
Okay.
that is what I mean. And kudos
Nice
to
save.
Tottenham, because they came up from the position they were in. And I would also like to mention Udogie, because he was on a yellow pretty early, right? He was on a yellow pretty early, and Ben White was marauding along with Saka, and he kept them quiet. But I still feel like from the start of the game, it felt like 2 points lost, you know, because we had our chances in the first half, but we have got clear-cut chance missers at top with Gabriel Jesus and Nketiah. They should really have done better, man. They should really. The game was there to be won in the bag. But at the end of the game, when the second half started, I mean, I was just happy with the draw. I'll be very honest, because as soon as I saw Jorginho in, I was like, okay, this guy does not have the legs. He should be in an old age home if he's going to play a single pivot. If in a double pivot he can survive, but in single pivot, there's no way this guy's surviving, bro. We had Declan Rice and Partey who used to play. Partey used to die half the season because single pivot. Declan Rice just came up, and this guy's also probably broken his back trying to play a single pivot. Single pivot is tough, bro. It's
Obviously.
tough.
Yeah.
But
what happened to Rice, by the way?
Huh?
What happened to Rice?
He's got a back injury, but it's not serious. At least that's what they say right now. I hope it is not, because, bro, I can't have Jorginho in that midfield in a single man pivot, because
He said Jorginho probably.
This is like Saliba all over again, huh?
But do you think
but to be fair, now that you have picked up on Saliba, if you have seen him play, you would realize how good that guy is. If you have ever seen him play, you know, certain players, irrespective of the team, you can appreciate how good they are. And I mean, it's kind of surprising how we sent him on loan, you know, during the time we shouldn't have, earlier as well. When we had Rob Holding playing ahead of him, I do not know what went through Arteta's head or what not, because he was at the verge of leaving Arsenal, and that would have been a massive loss. Also, I don't know how Heung-min Son scored that one goal. Like, oh my god.
Which
I do want to switch. Now I do want to switch to Amit because I think that
Perfect.
I just
Yeah.
want to let him express it. Obviously, Heung-min Son with his captain's performance, I think. But yeah, Amit, how did you see from your side? How did your team play?
I am loving the Madison effect. So we are loving this in our town. Like Madison is putting nice through balls, and there is someone finally who can convert it, right? Unlike maybe Richarlison. So we
Or
have
Harry
somebody who is. Come on, no, don't get there, please. So yeah, so I think this is we are creating a good team. I believe it was a I still believe it was a very even match. Arsenal was looking very good for the first 25-30 minutes. They were pressing. We were like they was kind of trying to suffocate us. But I have seen this like throughout the season. This is a trend that for the first 30 minutes, teams do try to put their grip on the game. We survived those 30 minutes, and then we tried to tackle it with this with the mindset that we have, that we understand the game, and then we try to build. And after that, I did not see for a good amount of time that Arsenal had any control of the game. They were Spurs were asking more questions. Spurs were looking more who wanted it more, right? It's not about who was creating more chances or thing. It was looking with the intensity they are playing with, that they wanted it more. They wanted to win this match more than Arsenal, which was their home game. Right. I even, as you said, I will give a lot of credit to Udogi. Maybe from after nervous start, he with the Saka is a very good player, right? I even being a Spurs fan, I cannot deny that Saka is a very good player. But Udogi, with such a young age, he did everything to stop Saka. He did everything in his power to do. It was a complete good battle between those two guys. And Van de Ven, man, what a guy that he is. He was sweeping everything that was coming around, everything that comes around. Van de Ven is on the next level. An unlucky day for Romero.
On both the occasions.
On both the occasions,
On the second occasion, I believe if the hand was not there, it was still going inside the net. So I believe it was even that was supposed to go in the
It would
net.
have cancelled each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was again fair for it, but again, as you say,
Unfair for me?
inconsistencies in decision is there, man, with the referee.
Thank you for admitting.
I think that I think
But
that is the.
I have a question, man. So, do you think out of this game, do you think I believe this was a proper test for you guys, first proper away game against a team that are touted to be the title contenders for this
Wasn't it
season?
United? Sorry, go ahead.
But it was still a home game, right? It was still a home game. United particularly not playing well, but Arsenal were in a better form and they're title contenders originally, the title contenders along with City. And it's at the Emirates where you haven't had very good, good record when it comes to win percentage or whatever. So, I mean, what do you feel out of this game? That do you think many of your players under Ange, even Ange himself, have ticked a lot of boxes after this game?
Correct. I would like to answer that. So basically, when we come into this match, right, everybody was like कि यहाँ पे Spurs के पत्ते बिछने वाले, right? We have seen कि this was a great form of games जो चला है. It was, maybe somebody said that it was favorable outcomes that come and favorable set of matches. This was the real test, that was going away to your North London rivals.
Right.
And I think Ange stood up to the challenge. The whole team stood up to the challenge. They take the game forward. After 3 years, we had a good North London derby. I think Abhay Maheshwari will also agree that he finally had a derby match that we actually enjoyed. We were on the edge of our seats watching this game, that what will happen. We don't know what will happen.
Yeah, Abhay Maheshwari, after your first 2 games, expected that they are going to bank 4 or 5 goals, because initially, to be honest, you were a little open because you were conceding a lot of chances. But I guess you corrected that, and that made up for a good game, this North London derby. What do you think, Maheshwari?
Yeah, sure.
Coming
you
on
don't
to
seem
the...
to agree. I have it on record, by the way.
No, but I still believe that I do agree. What do they do for the 30 minutes, right? And I do believe a more clinical team will punish them. And it's a very tough job to come back if you're 2 goals down in the first 30 minutes, right? They do have good fighting power. Like even when the goals were down, their heads didn't drop. I saw that, and like it was clear as day. And to be fair, in the first half, I think we were clattering into them quite a bit, and I also think, I mean, I do say that we didn't play that well, but I also think that having watched Spurs a little bit this season, I also don't think that their midfield also played too well. Usually they're a notch higher. So I'm still not clear on that. And I'm not sure that they have, what do you call, they have found their exact system, because you cannot do the first 30 minutes and keep getting away with it all the time. You know, that's what I feel. As in, they're still like I still feel that they're there for the taking for in the first half. But when I saw the second half, I was like, oh my god, these guys are a big problem, because
Bissouma at the center of it all.
yeah, Bissouma is there, but they have got actually Madison's have a huge effect on them. When I saw Madison, I was just thinking to myself that we paid 65 million pounds for that guy named Havertz, and Madison was right fucking there.
Man, we United fans are also scratching our head.
Oh my god, bro!
Everybody is scratching their heads because why did nobody go for Madison? If
that is actually very weird, you know.
For the price. Also, the first goal that they scored, Madison had a huge part to play in it.
Yeah. He turned Saka around.
Yeah.
But there's another thing. Arteta's man management actually is not that nice. I have seen this over a period of time. And Saka is, I don't know how he's still playing. It's his 83rd or 84th continuous match. He has a problem in his Achilles, right?
Okay.
And he's just doing this, and okay, I would like to draw parallels to what Ole did with Rashford, and that was not a good outcome. And that's what concerns me, because once the player is out for a long time, you take away his momentum, you know.
So excuse मिल जाएगा injury हो गया तो.
नहीं.
That can happen. Yeah, I mean, I have a question for you. Like, in at 2-2, when you guys were like, there was a moment that you guys were good in possession, and it was as if like Spurs can make it 3-2. Right, and at that point of time, you took off Madison and Son, and you brought in Richarlison and the other guy. And do you think that was a good change? Because I feel that okay, they were the two best players. If not removing two, at least you could have kept one on the field. So Son, mind you, was on a hat trick.
Injury scare, I feel.
Yeah, Madison actually was.
And Son was on hat trick. So you could have kept him on there and brought in some other, like, why? What was the reason behind that move?
Yeah, so actually, Madison was a injury scare. He was not feeling well. That's why he was taken off. For the Son bit, so the idea behind is that Richarlison, see, at the tail end, Richarlison has proven that he can be a player who can net in goals, right, with the headers, with his heading capabilities. At the end side, you want your players who can take set pieces, who can be at the end of the set pieces to convert those last minute chances, right? So that was where this substitution came in. And I would also want to highlight this fact that at the last 20-25 odd minutes, for the first 65 minutes, both of the team were playing at their top level, right? For the last 20-25 minutes, it felt more like nobody wanted to lose that match. Right? Even Arsenal was managing that game very well, that we should not be open, we should be compact, because we cannot drop it here. Right? Even taking a draw for us, taking a draw at Arsenal's home would be a really good result. If we go again gung-ho at the last moment and get hit by Arsenal, it will actually turn around the good work that is going on. Right. So these are the two things where you try to manage the game. And putting Richarlison, you wanted that set piece expert to be there in place so that we can convert it. The only different thing was that before Madison, Johnson was taken off. Or else it would have been substitution where Kulusevski would have come on for Madison, and then Johnson would have been in the right wing. Right, so that transition would have been ideal, but Madison was a injury scare later on, so we did not have any bench to replace.
One other question. I have another question. I'm pretty sure when you saw Madison complaining of, I guess it was the hamstring or his back. I'm not sure about that.
I think hamstring.
Knee, I think.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead,
did you think that Spurs fans skipped a heartbeat there? Because I personally feel Madison is at the heart of everything that you're doing going forward, right? He's the one, creating chances, those intricate passes and all. So I feel as a fan that he is making you tick at the moment, apart from the midfield and defense, of course. So what other options do you have if he gets injured throughout this? How are you going to manage the season if he gets injured?
I think we have that depth in what we are exploring right now. Is one is Kulusevski. Kulusevski is actually playing very well in a playmaker. He number 10. He is also speaking. It is his ideal position, right? So Kulusevski is one, and the other one is Giovanni Lo Celso. He is also enjoying his life under Ange Postecoglou. So we have those depth, but again, I would say that they would not be able to replace the effect that Madison is creating. Right? It is not that easy. So it would not be an apple to apple comparison or a like for like replacement. You will lose something out of it, which is like, so actually what is happening is Madison plus Son, which I call Madison, is replacing Harry Kane. Okay.
नया हैशटैग बना लिया ना तुमने? बस टाइटल है. हाँ, बना लिया
हैशटैग. That are replacing Harry Kane.
By asking that question, I want to come to the point that is the probably for now, until we near towards the half of the season, I guess that is one of the last bit remaining question mark that is remaining for Spurs to answer as to how they handle injuries, because Arsenal have been hit with injuries to their major players, be it Saka, be it William Saliba from last season, Rice now, I don't know how long he's going to be out. So, we, at least teams like us, right? Spurs, Arsenal, the Liverpools, we have seen the pattern that they get hit badly when that vital cog in the entire setup is taken away. So I believe that Spurs have that last bit to answer as to how they cope up with injuries to their midfielder or Van de Beek or Madison. Yeah,
that is the only thing we are also scared of. Any center back getting injured will be a really big scare. I want to ask Abhay Maheshwari, man, do you believe that Arteta is too careful with his approach, with his man management? Like, was it for Declan Rice also? Was it too early to take him off, being scared that he will lose him?
No, but I think he's seen what he's done last year, right? And this year, if nobody is like aware, Timber had started off really well. He's already gone, and our left wing first choice is Gabriel Martinelli. He's already injured. Our second left wing choice was Trossard. He's also injured, right? So players are going off like flies, and I would have liked Rice to be there, but I also understand the season is long and treacherous, and I mean, if anything, I would want Jorginho off that field if we are playing a one-man pivot in the Premier League, especially Champions League. I can still take it, right? In the Premier
League,
on
that but yeah, मेरे को एक सवाल पूछना है. Jorginho for Italy that won the Euros, right, against England in the final. Jorginho, I guess, was operated as a single pivot for Italy.
He had
who he was playing with?
He was with Locatelli, and there was Barella also beside him.
So pura proper packed,
bro. Jorginho does not have those legs. It's
I agree.
Just that his passing is nice.
So fair enough. I share your pain, man. Injuries I share your pain.
Apart from that, I think I believe in NLD. You cannot take, maybe if you're saying that Jorginho is like too much of a step down, it is too much of a risk to take in home in a North London derby. Apart from that, one more thing I wanted to ask, do you believe that based on the last season they were like completely attacking the other teams, right? It was the best play that Arsenal was making, everything was good. Is it too early to start putting caution on that, or at least you make that as a perfect system around it. I think Arsenal is switching too fast to a system where it is more compact, more defensive, solid. So maybe we should.
I think the thing that's happening is so we are not creating enough. That's happening, and I would hate to say it, but we are missing Xhaka. Right? I never thought I would say this, but we are missing Xhaka. It's
I saw
actually
million dal ke Xhaka.
no, it's not because of that. It's because of the fact that we expected Partey and Declan Rice to play together, and now we have come to a situation where none of them are there on the field. And otherwise, I'm okay with the system, but it is what it is, and we have to deal with it. Come January, I hope they have got something up their sleeves, because if these two people go out of the window, right, any team out there is going to kill us. And the other problem is Arteta is an adamant coach that this is the way I want to play because this is how I won, which a lot of coaches are. But when it comes to adapting, a lot of times I've seen he adapts when he's too low, like he's already lost a lot of his credit. So that's that. But on the whole, I think I did enjoy the North London derby after a long time.
Obviously, because it did not win, so obviously did not enjoy. But everybody else probably enjoyed a lot more than you did. So yeah, I think fantastic game, right? What we expected in midfield, probably if Rice was there, it would have been a lot more proper midfield battle than maybe in the second half. And we were thinking about how the defense of Spurs is going to do. And it looks like that we have got like half an answer somewhere, that they are not going to break that easily. There are some questions to be asked, but still they are not going to just collapse. So that I think good news, which is probably makes them too confident about next game. So we'll see.
Next is Pool.
Yes, exactly. we'll see how that defense does against us, man. Okay, fantastic. I hope you all liked what we discussed. Just let us know your thoughts on the NLD. It was a big event, and yeah, good to see you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.